Have you ever stopped to think about why, even when you drink enough water, your body still feels tired, heavy, or even powerless? Have you noticed how your skin looks dull, your concentration fades, and worst of all, your body seems to forget how to respond when you most need it to? Like during intimacy, many men across the country feel their confidence slipping away, one glass of water at a time, without ever realizing the silent mistake that's draining their energy and cutting off their natural vitality. What if the very way you drink water, the temperature, the timing, even how fast or slow you swallow it, could be slowly destroying your circulation, your hormones, and even your ability to perform like you used to? What if I told you that most people are drinking water in a way that's stopping oxygen from reaching the most important parts of their body, especially the one that defines their masculinity? This isn't just about hydration. It's about how water interacts with your blood, your vessels, and your nerves. Because yes, something as simple as the wrong drinking habit can reduce blood flow to the area that needs it most, making it harder for your body to react, stay strong, and recover. And the worst part is that most men think the problem is aging, stress, or testosterone, when in truth, their biggest enemy could be hiding in a simple glass of water. In the next few minutes, you'll understand exactly how this happens, how a small daily mistake turns water into a silent saboteur, and how, by changing just one detail in how you drink it, your body can regain the power you thought was gone forever. The secret lies in restoring balance between your brain, your vessels, and your cellular energy, and it all begins with water. So before you reach for another glass, stay with this story until the end, because by the time we finish, you'll know exactly how to drink water in a way that naturally strengthens your erections, improves your stamina, and restores your confidence without pills, without tricks, and without pain. But first, tell me something important. Write in the comments below which city you're watching from. It helps me understand how far this message is reaching and reminds others that they're not alone in this struggle. Now, let's begin this journey. Most men don't realize that erections depend almost entirely on one thing: blood flow. It's not about hormones alone, it's not about muscles, and it's not about age as much as we think. It's about the quality, temperature, and pressure of the blood reaching the smallest arteries in the body. And what controls that better than anything else is water, because blood is mostly water. Every drop you drink becomes part of that system. But here's where the problem starts. When you drink water the wrong way, you unknowingly change your blood's thickness, temperature, and ability to deliver oxygen. Imagine your bloodstream as a long, flexible river. When that river runs smoothly, everything downstream receives what it needs: oxygen, nutrients, energy. But when you dump cold water too fast into it, the vessels constrict. That river tightens, and the flow weakens. The cells starve, the tissues suffer, and the brain gets the message that something's off. That's when subtle changes begin. You feel more tired after meals. Your hands and feet stay cold, and sometimes, when it matters most, your body doesn't react the way it used to. You might think it's stress or hormones, but in truth, your blood is simply not circulating freely. And the reason might be something as innocent as gulping ice-cold water right after eating or drinking too much at once when your body is not ready. Most people have no idea that cold water shocks the body. It makes the small vessels shrink instantly, especially in areas like the stomach, heart, and yes, the reproductive system. That sudden change reduces blood flow, weakens the signal between the brain and those tissues, and over time, makes the body less responsive. Now think about how often you drink that way. Ice water during lunch, cold drinks after the gym, huge gulps before bed. It's not just uncomfortable, it's training your body to stay in a state of tension. Each time you shock your internal temperature, your body has to fight to rebalance itself. Your blood thickens to preserve warmth, your vessels tighten, and your brain reduces blood flow to non-essential areas. In survival mode, your body prioritizes your heart, lungs, and brain, not reproduction. So day after day, this repeated pattern teaches your system that the lower body is not a priority. And when that happens for long enough, your natural strength begins to fade. But temperature isn't the only issue. The speed of drinking also matters. When you drink too quickly, the body can't properly absorb the water. It passes through without hydrating your cells. That means your blood stays thicker, your pressure stays unstable, and your tissues stay dehydrated even though you drink all day. And that dehydration silently sabotages one key process: nitric oxide production. Nitric oxide is the molecule responsible for relaxing blood vessels. It's what allows your arteries to expand and carry more blood where it's needed. Without enough of it, the vessels stay narrow, pressure builds, and your body struggles to create the reaction that leads to a healthy, lasting erection. Most men don't realize that dehydration is one of the main hidden causes of erectile weakness. When the body lacks water, it becomes harder for the endothelium, the thin lining inside blood vessels, to release nitric oxide. So even if your testosterone is fine, even if your mind is ready, the signal never reaches the muscles that open those vessels. It's like trying to start a car with no fuel. That's why even small changes in hydration can lead to big differences in performance. But what does this mean in practical terms? It means that the way you drink water can either fuel your body or slow it down. Warm or room temperature water keeps your vessels relaxed. Slow sips allow your cells to actually absorb it. Drinking before meals helps digestion, which improves nutrient absorption and reduces the heavy fatigue that kills energy later in the day. Meanwhile, drinking small amounts throughout the day, rather than all at once, keeps blood consistency stable, ensuring that oxygen and nutrients reach your muscles, brain, and reproductive organs in perfect balance. However, there's a deeper reason why this small detail matters so much. You see, erections aren't just physical, they're also chemical. They depend on communication between your nervous system and your blood vessels. When you drink too little water, or the wrong way, the brain's communication channels start to weaken. Dehydration increases stress hormones like cortisol, which constrict vessels even further. It also reduces dopamine and serotonin, the neurotransmitters responsible for desire and pleasure. In short, your body becomes both less willing and less able. The result is not just weaker erections, but lower drive, more fatigue, and slower recovery. Now imagine how many men walk around every day feeling this way, believing something is wrong with them, when in truth, their bodies are simply begging for water in the right way. And here's the shocking truth: the body can't store water like it stores fat. That means you must constantly replenish it to keep every organ, especially the heart and reproductive system, working efficiently. Each time you wait too long to drink, or you drink too much too quickly, your body goes through a cycle of imbalance. High stress, low performance, high stress again. This repetition is what leads many men to believe they're losing their edge, when in reality, they're just caught in a pattern of poor hydration. But here's the good news. Once you understand how water truly works in your body and how to use it correctly, things begin to change faster than you'd think. Your energy starts returning, your sleep improves, your morning alertness becomes stronger, and yes, that natural reaction you thought was gone slowly begins to come back. It's not magic, it's biology, working the way it's supposed to. Because water doesn't just hydrate, it regulates blood, temperature, pressure, and even the signals that trigger your body's most intimate responses. Still, most people ignore one small but crucial detail that turns good hydration into powerful circulation. This detail has nothing to do with how much you drink, but with when and what you combine it with. And this is where almost everyone makes the biggest mistake without realizing it. They drink water at the wrong times, right before, during, or after meals, diluting stomach acids and slowing digestion. When that happens, nutrients don't get properly absorbed, leading to lower vitamin and mineral levels, especially magnesium and zinc, which are essential for testosterone and nitric oxide. Over time, this creates a chain reaction that ends in weaker performance, slower recovery, and less stamina. Every step in your day affects how water works inside your body. From the temperature of your first sip in the morning to the timing of your last drink at night, each choice either strengthens or weakens your circulation. The right way can reset your energy and restore function naturally, while the wrong way keeps your body trapped in a cycle of dehydration and constriction. Most people spend their whole lives never knowing this truth, relying on energy drinks, pills, or supplements that only mask the problem instead of fixing it. But if you give your body what it really needs, in the way it truly understands, you'll be surprised how quickly it rewards you. That's why learning how to drink water the right way isn't a small tip. It's the foundation of recovery, strength, and natural vitality. Because when your cells are hydrated, your vessels open, your blood moves freely, your brain calms down, and your hormones find their natural rhythm again. And in that state, the body can finally do what it's meant to do, function powerfully and effortlessly. In the next part, we'll uncover exactly how your daily habits, like the timing of your water intake, the foods you pair with it, and one little-known hydration trick used by ancient cultures, can completely transform your circulation and make your body feel alive again from the inside out until your natural strength returns stronger than ever before. Every morning when you wake up, your body is in a delicate state. During sleep, you lose water through breathing and sweating, even if you don't notice it. That's why the first thing you do after waking up sets the rhythm for your entire day. Most people, however, make the same mistake right at this moment. They start their day with coffee, juice, or cold water straight from the fridge, believing it will wake them up. But what actually happens is the opposite. When you pour cold liquid into your body before it's even warmed up, you shock your internal organs. Your body, which just spent hours resting, suddenly goes into defense mode, tightening blood vessels and raising heart rate. This reaction not only makes it harder for your body to absorb water, but it also prevents the smooth blood flow necessary for your brain and reproductive organs to function properly throughout the day. Now imagine what happens when you start your morning differently. Instead of rushing for caffeine or ice, you begin with a slow glass of lukewarm or room temperature water. You take it in small sips, allowing your mouth to mix it with saliva before swallowing. In that moment, your body doesn't panic. It welcomes the water. The stomach receives it calmly. The blood vessels open up instead of closing, and your brain gets a signal that everything is safe and balanced. This gentle hydration tells your entire system to awaken naturally, improving circulation, oxygenation, and energy. Within minutes, you might feel lighter, more alert, and even calmer. What many don't realize is that this early morning hydration also helps the kidneys and liver flush out waste, reducing inflammation that silently builds up and interferes with hormone balance. And here lies one of the keys to restoring vitality: inflammation control. Chronic inflammation is one of the biggest enemies of good circulation. It narrows the arteries, makes the blood thicker, and damages the delicate lining inside your vessels, the same lining responsible for producing nitric oxide, that vital molecule that makes erections possible. When you drink the wrong way, you make inflammation worse. When you drink the right way, you help your body clean it out, rebuild tissue, and improve the elasticity of your arteries. Each small sip of water taken at the right time becomes like a message to your body: relax, recover, and rebuild. Over time, that simple daily act repairs the pathways that allow blood to flow freely where it matters most. But there's another detail that most people overlook: the rhythm of hydration throughout the day. You see, your body can't absorb large amounts of water at once. If you drink a whole bottle in one sitting, most of it passes through your system without nourishing your cells. The key is consistency. Drinking small amounts every hour maintains a steady balance in your blood. This keeps your pressure stable, your organs hydrated, and your vessels relaxed. The heart doesn't need to work harder to push thick blood through narrow channels. And as a result, your lower body receives more oxygen and nutrients. Over time, this continuous flow begins to repair sensitivity and responsiveness in the very areas that seemed dormant before. Many men think they need special supplements or drastic measures to regain their strength, but they underestimate how powerful regular hydration can be. Think of your body as a garden. If you water it once a day with a heavy flood, the soil becomes compacted and the water runs off. But if you water it gently and consistently, the roots absorb every drop, and the plants grow strong. Your body is no different. When you hydrate correctly, your cells thrive. When you neglect them or overwhelm them, they weaken, and the tissues that depend most on blood flow, like the heart, brain, and reproductive organs, are the first to show the effects. Now, let's talk about timing. The first glass in the morning is crucial, but the next few hours are just as important. Drinking water about 30 minutes before meals helps prepare your stomach for digestion. It moistens the digestive tract and allows your body to produce enough enzymes to break down food properly. When digestion works well, your body absorbs essential minerals like magnesium, potassium, and zinc, nutrients that directly support blood flow, testosterone production, and energy. But if you drink large amounts during or immediately after eating, you dilute those enzymes. Your stomach struggles, your food stays longer inside, fermentation occurs, gas builds up, and nutrients are lost. This not only makes you feel bloated and tired, it also means your body doesn't receive the building blocks it needs to maintain healthy circulation and hormone balance. That's why one of the worst habits you can have is drinking too much water with meals. It feels refreshing, but it actually slows digestion and makes your body work harder. The better way is to take small sips during your meal only if needed, and then wait about an hour after eating before drinking again. This gives your body time to do its job, absorb nutrients efficiently, and keep your internal temperature stable. By respecting these simple rhythms, you help your system function more smoothly, and the results can be felt everywhere, from your energy levels to your physical responses. But hydration doesn't end there. Many people don't know that drinking water at night, right before bed, can also influence how your body performs and recovers. Drinking too much late at night forces your kidneys to stay active, which can interrupt your sleep. Yet drinking too little before bed leads to mild dehydration by morning, leaving your blood thicker and your pressure higher when you wake up. The balance is key. Just a small glass of room temperature water about an hour before bed can help your body restore fluids and support recovery without disrupting rest. When you sleep well and stay hydrated, your body naturally produces more growth hormone and testosterone during the night, two elements essential for muscle repair and healthy sexual function. Still, there's one more powerful habit that has been forgotten in modern life, a method of hydration used by ancient cultures long before modern medicine existed. In places like Japan and India, people practiced what is now known as water therapy, though not in the mystical sense many people talk about today. The idea was simple: drinking warm or room temperature water early in the morning, before eating anything, and waiting a few minutes before starting the day. The warmth of the water gently opened blood vessels, improved intestinal function, and balanced internal temperature. This routine, repeated daily, became a foundation for longevity and vitality. Modern research supports parts of this practice. Drinking warm water on an empty stomach stimulates metabolism, aids detoxification, and improves blood viscosity. In simpler terms, it helps your blood flow better, and when blood flows better, everything else follows. This brings us to a key insight. Good hydration is not just about water, but about how you help your body keep that water where it belongs. Salt, for example, often gets a bad reputation, but your body actually needs small amounts of natural minerals, like sodium, potassium, and magnesium, to retain and use water effectively. Without these electrolytes, water passes through too quickly, leaving your cells dry. That's why sometimes, no matter how much you drink, you still feel thirsty, fatigued, or foggy. The trick is not to add more processed salt, but to include natural sources of minerals, like a pinch of sea salt in a large bottle of water once a day, or eating potassium-rich foods like bananas and avocados. These minerals help water stay in your tissues, supporting better muscle function, heart rhythm, and circulation. When your electrolyte balance is right, your body holds hydration longer, and that stability improves everything from focus to stamina. Another factor that few consider is posture while drinking. Believe it or not, the way you position your body can affect how your system absorbs water. When you drink standing and rushing, gravity pulls the liquid down quickly, limiting absorption. When you sit and drink calmly, the water moves through your digestive system more slowly, giving your body time to process it and send it where it's needed most. This small change can have big effects over time: better digestion, improved hydration, and more stable energy. The same principle applies to breathing. Taking a deep breath before sipping water helps relax the diaphragm, signaling to your body that it's safe. This lowers tension, slows your heart rate, and allows better absorption. Remember, stress constricts vessels, calmness opens them. Hydration is also connected to your emotions. People under constant stress or anxiety lose water faster. The hormone cortisol, released during stress, increases urination and reduces the body's ability to retain water. That means when you're anxious, you're literally draining yourself faster. And because dehydration raises cortisol further, it becomes a vicious cycle. More stress, less water, weaker circulation, and poorer performance. That's why learning to drink water slowly and mindfully can also serve as a small moment of calm during the day. It reminds your nervous system to relax, your heart to slow down, and your blood vessels to open. Over time, This repeated relaxation improves your body's ability to respond when it matters most. All of this shows one simple truth: drinking water correctly is not about quantity, but about awareness. Every sip you take can either build or break your circulation. Every glass can either nourish your cells or rush through them. When you slow down, use the right temperature, respect your body's rhythm, and maintain balance, you create the perfect environment for your natural strength to return. Your heart pumps more easily, your blood flows more freely, and your brain sends stronger signals to every part of your body. Yet there's one final element that ties everything together, a factor so simple that most people ignore it, yet it can make all the difference between a sluggish body and one that feels alive, confident, and responsive. It's the connection between hydration and oxygen. Because even if you drink water perfectly, if your breathing is shallow and your posture is poor, your blood will still lack oxygen. And without oxygen, no amount of hydration can fully restore your energy or your performance. In the next and final part, you'll discover how oxygen and water work together to rebuild blood flow, how one specific breathing hydration routine can dramatically improve circulation in just a few minutes a day, and how a simple change in your drinking pattern can make erections come back stronger than you ever expected, naturally, safely, and for good. When we think about strength, energy, and vitality, we often imagine big actions, exercise, supplements, or medical solutions. But true vitality begins quietly, deep inside, in the way your body uses two simple elements that sustain all life: water and oxygen. Everything your body does, from digesting food to forming new cells, depends on how well these two elements flow together. You've already learned how the right way of drinking water can unlock your circulation, calm your nervous system, and restore the natural balance your body once had. Now it's time to understand how to connect that power with oxygen, the silent partner that transforms every sip of water into real, lasting energy. Inside your body, oxygen and water are inseparable partners. Oxygen fuels the cells, and water delivers it. Every red blood cell carries oxygen, but it needs a fluid environment to move freely. If your blood is thick from dehydration, oxygen moves slowly. When your vessels are constricted from stress or cold, oxygen can't reach distant tissues, especially those that rely on fast, intense blood flow. That's why the smallest vessels, those in your heart, brain, and reproductive organs, are the first to suffer when your hydration or breathing is poor. The result is fatigue, mental fog, and a gradual weakening of response during moments of intimacy. But when you restore balance between oxygen and water, something incredible happens. Your body reawakens. The secret is not complex, but it demands attention. To activate this connection, start with something as simple as your breathing. Most people breathe only from the upper chest, shallow, fast, and tense. This type of breathing sends a message of stress to your brain. It keeps your vessels tight and your heart working harder. But when you slow down your breath, pulling the air deep into your diaphragm, you signal to your nervous system that you are safe. That single signal triggers a chain reaction. Your vessels expand, your heart rate stabilizes, and your blood pressure drops to its natural balance. Now, when you drink water in this relaxed state, your body can absorb it completely. The oxygen you inhale meets the water you drink inside your bloodstream, creating the perfect environment for energy production, detoxification, and circulation. Here's how you can combine the two. Start by sitting down comfortably with a glass of room temperature water. Take one deep breath in through your nose for about 4 seconds, letting your abdomen expand. Hold that breath for 2 seconds, then release it slowly through your mouth for another 4. Repeat this breathing rhythm 3 times before taking your first sip. When you drink, take it slowly, allowing the water to rest briefly in your mouth before swallowing. This small routine takes less than a minute, yet it primes your body to receive water efficiently. It's a reset button for your circulation. Many people who practice this simple combination notice that within a week, they feel more alert, their digestion improves, and their natural physical responses become stronger. When oxygen and water flow together, your blood becomes more efficient. It carries nutrients faster, removes toxins more effectively, and delivers more oxygen to the muscles that control erection and stamina. Remember, an erection is not just a reaction, it's a complex coordination between your brain, nerves, and blood vessels. When one of those systems slows down, the entire process weakens, but when circulation is clear, signals travel faster, vessels open wider, and blood fills them with ease. It's the body's way of saying, "I'm ready." And that readiness doesn't come from any external aid. It comes from balance. But to maintain that balance, you must also understand what disrupts it: stress, dehydration, poor posture, and even holding your breath unconsciously throughout the day all reduce oxygen flow. Many people don't realize how often they stop breathing properly. When you're focused, angry, or anxious, you tend to tighten your abdomen and breathe shallowly. That small habit reduces oxygen, increases cortisol, and signals your blood vessels to constrict. So even if you drink enough water, your body remains tense and undernourished. One of the simplest ways to reverse this is to practice deep breathing several times a day. It doesn't need to be a formal exercise, just a moment of awareness. Before eating, while working, or even before bed, take 3 deep breaths, letting your belly rise and fall. This helps reset your nervous system and keeps oxygen moving freely. As your oxygen levels rise, your cells regain their natural rhythm. Your heart pumps with less effort, your brain receives a steady flow of blood, and your reproductive organs get the supply they need. Over time, this not only improves physical performance, but also emotional stability. Because when the brain gets enough oxygen and hydration, it produces more dopamine and serotonin, neurochemicals responsible for motivation and happiness. That's why people who stay hydrated and breathe deeply often report clearer thoughts, better focus, and more balanced moods. Your body and mind are not separate. They are one system, and that system thrives on fluidity. Now, let's talk about one final detail that turns all of this into lasting change: temperature balance. Earlier, we discussed how cold water can constrict your vessels, reducing circulation. Warm water, on the other hand, helps expand them. But there's more to it. When your internal temperature stays balanced, neither too hot nor too cold, your blood maintains its ideal viscosity. It's not too thick or too thin. That perfect balance allows nutrients, oxygen, and hormones to move smoothly through your body. This is crucial for maintaining strong and consistent blood flow to the organs that need it most. That's why drinking water that matches your body's temperature, especially in the morning and before bed, is so powerful. It stabilizes your internal environment, keeping your metabolism active and your circulation steady. Combine that with mindful breathing, and you create the ideal state for natural recovery. Every day you repeat this, your vessels grow more flexible, your energy lasts longer, and your confidence slowly rebuilds. You might start to notice subtle signs: waking up more refreshed, feeling lighter after meals, having clearer thoughts, and eventually realizing that your natural reactions during intimacy are returning, stronger and more reliable. This is not coincidence. It's your body healing through proper hydration and oxygenation. It's important to understand that what you've learned here is not a temporary fix. It's a return to how the human body was designed to function. Water and oxygen are your body's original medicine. They clean, repair, and energize every part of you without side effects, without dependence, and without cost. All they need is your consistency and awareness. When you respect that natural rhythm, drinking slowly, breathing deeply, maintaining warmth, you help your body do what it already knows how to do: restore itself. And this is where the big revelation comes full circle. The strength of your erections, the stability of your energy, and the vitality you feel every day all depend on the same hidden principle: fluid circulation. When water, oxygen, and calm breathing unite, your blood becomes the perfect messenger, carrying life to every cell. The mistake most men make is thinking the problem lies only in hormones or aging, but the truth is simpler and far more empowering. It's not about adding something new to your body. It's about letting what's already inside you work properly again. That's why this method isn't just about water. It's about timing, awareness, and care. Each morning, start with a glass of warm water and 3 slow breaths. Throughout the day, drink small sips every hour instead of large amounts at once. Keep your water at room temperature whenever possible. Before meals, hydrate gently. During stressful moments, pause, inhale deeply, and exhale slowly. And at night, before sleep, have one last small glass of water to support your body's recovery. Follow these small habits daily, and within weeks, you'll notice your body transforming quietly but powerfully. You may find your skin clearer, your sleep deeper, and your mornings more energetic. You'll sense better mood stability, sharper focus, and most importantly, a renewed physical confidence that feels natural and effortless. This is what happens when you finally give your body what it has always been asking for: balance between hydration, oxygen, and calm. Science supports this harmony. Studies show that proper hydration improves blood viscosity, lowers blood pressure, and increases the body's ability to release nitric oxide, which enhances vessel dilation. Deep breathing increases oxygen saturation and reduces cortisol, allowing better hormonal balance. Together, they form the biological foundation of vitality. You don't need extreme measures, just the discipline to apply what you now know. So the next time you reach for a glass of water, remember this: you're not just quenching thirst, you're fueling life itself. Every sip you take with awareness, every deep breath you allow, is a small step toward restoring the strength, energy, and connection you thought was lost. Your body is not broken. It just needs the right environment to work as it was meant to. And when you provide that, the results speak for themselves. In the end, the secret to stronger erections, better energy, and a more vibrant body isn't found in any pill or shortcut. It's found in the simple way you breathe, the way you drink, and the way you care for yourself. Start today. Drink water the right way, breathe deeply, and give your body time to heal. The transformation will come quietly at first, then unmistakably, until one morning you wake up and realize your strength has returned stronger than you ever expected. That's the power of doing something so simple, yet so essential, in the way your body truly understands it. Water and oxygen, two gifts that cost nothing, yet hold the key to everything your body needs to thrive again.